more important to know that, you know, in this day and age, in general, I'm not saying in all cases, but in general, that we're not going to be in fear of our life by speaking up. There are some instances where we could be, but in general. So just by, again, looking back at Asia and knowing that she knew that she would lose her life. She would probably lose her life by speaking up, but she still went ahead and did it. So whatever's going to happen to us by speaking up is going to pale in significance to losing our life, really. So I think that's an important thing to remember.
Yeah. I mean, the worst that can happen is you'll lose some friends. And really, were they friends in the first place? I know that I've had instances within my own family where I've spoken out, and what sometimes happens is that people will band together against you instead. And I say, you know what? Go ahead. You can't do anything to me, really. What can you do? I'm not your friend. It's okay. And the thing is, if we have Allah as our friend, I mean, what else do we need, right? If we have our families and the people who love us, who are also for the truth, what else do we need? We don't really need those people who are false and who are going to get upset when you speak the truth. And speaking the truth is good for them, and it's good for ourselves.
And you're absolutely right. And I think also hanging on to what we're here for. You know, that what is the end game here? What's the goal here? The goal is Jannah. So if we can always keep that in mind, it also helps us deal with any of these situations so that we don't bow to any sort of, pressure that we're coming under. You know, even if we do speak out and nothing changes, then, you know, at least we know that we've done our bit, we've done our part to try and correct it. But we also know that it's really irrelevant in the scheme of things because, you know, what we're heading towards is Jannah.
Exactly.
There's so many things, I think, even just from knowing a small amount about Asia, we can get so much from her. I mean, certainly for me, it's that strength. It's that strength of conviction. You know, right until the end, she never bowed. I mean, how many of us do bow down to those pressures these days? I mean, you and I, we spoke in a previous episode about taking off hijab. You know, when maybe there's a job that's presented, but they say to you, you can't wear hijab. Okay, well, I'll take off my hijab so I can have the job. I mean, where is that conviction and that strength? You know, if we look at Asia and compare, that she never let go. She never let go. So in today's society, even though we have these pressures to maybe take off hijab, maybe not wear abaya, or, you know, to cover or to do whatever, we need to remember that we've got to have that conviction and that closeness to Allah.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is that what we have to also understand is that our risk is already decided for us. And it means that you're free to stick to your principles, that you will get the money that is allotted to you from Allah. That risk is in the plan, and you will earn it one way or another. You do not have to succumb to pressure. You do not have to forego your principles in order to get that risk. And one of the other ayahs that I remember reading in the Quran that really helped me, it said that many times Allah metes out his provision in stages so that it doesn't become overwhelming and that you don't waste it and stuff like that. So you might not get a big lump sum. You might get it in smaller increments, which is actually easier to handle.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Really good point.